Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be going over, like, sort of the best things to do on Omni, and just generally how to play it. I see a lot of newer players selecting it because it's, it's the Raptor, it's pretty fun, it's pretty cool. But, what we're going to do is, I'm just going to go over, starting off the basic mutations you want to take. So, really, most of these are going to be good for Raptor. I would say there's a few select ones. Starting off with Hemomania, it's not the best, but it does have some use. If you're a Gen 2, for example, it's something you can take. Same thing with Accelerated Prey Drive. Like, you can take it. It's not the best. Enlarged Meniscus is a game changer sometimes because it allows you to fight things sometimes on cliffs, on hillsides. If you miss a pounce or you miss a jump, it prevents you from breaking your leg. However, the downside, it hits your stamina pool first. So you'll kind of be out of stamina, but you have the ability to walk away, so just find a place to hide if you do use it. Epidermal fibrosis, you're going to be fighting a lot of things that deal bleed, and taking one hit because we have such a low weight, max is out at 450, this is going to be pretty necessary, but it's still not the best. Getting to the better ones, we have congenial hypoalgesia. This one, it's one of the best because most things that you're going to be fighting as Raptor are bigger than you. Like, this will even affect how much damage Packies deal to you, right? So this just makes it so you can take extra hits in a fight. Photosynthetic tissue, great one, obviously. Raptor moves at a very fast speed, and this brings it up to 49 kilometers an hour. Same thing with Nocturnal, but I would not take Nocturnal over Photo just because the night lasts longer. Or no, night is shorter than the day, so you're getting more benefit out of Photo. Hydrodynamic does see some use in places like the Delta and especially around water campers. If you can take this, it's not necessary, but if you have the means to get it, I would, honestly. But it's just something nice to have. And infrasound communication, this helps a lot with random people if you want to stop making noise. However, it just takes up a valuable group slot. I'm going to take Photo as my first. And what I'm also going to do is we're going to get these secret mutations, because these two are very good on Raptor. Although, for my second mutation, I obviously get Gastro for the most part because it is very nice to be able to heal in a fight. However, it's not the most necessary, especially just because of how good Raptor is. As long as you don't get hit, you should be fine. Let's see, you have to jump 50 times, so around 3 stamina bars, and you will unlock reinforced tendons. I typically get it on my second or third mutation just because, it takes a little while. Obviously, on a admin server, I'm able to get it very quickly. However, sometimes it's nice to just get food, hunker down in a bush, and get your jumps in while you're watching a video or something. It's coming up on this. We should be about at 50. Then I'll grow myself to 50% to get my second mutation. Raptor gets his second mutation at 36%. Just show that off. So yeah, reinforced tendons, obviously very good. Another one is multi-chambered lungs. You do have to waste a bunch more stamina to get this, so just keep doing these hops. Since I have reinforced, I have to do the pounces as well. But look at how much more I get per pounce, or per jump. It allows me to jump much longer, and it gives you more mobility overall. And I'll just head over here, because this is a great area to showcase it. In an area like this, you're maybe fighting a Diablo, a Stega, a Maia. You're going to need the mobility, and you can get up here as a quick getaway from him, and he can't reach me. He can't reach me at all. He's going to try and fight me. My last one, I didn't get multi-chamber. It takes a while. The best thing that you can do is participate in a pack and deal as much damage as you can, or deal as much bleed as you can. The only thing you have to do is contribute. if you're not contributing, you're hurting everybody else. Because what happens a lot is Raptor players will be on standby. They'll sit on the sideline, watch things happen, watch people die, and say Raptor is weak. But the people who died because they needed help. You're a pack animal. If you see someone in trouble and you think that you can help even just a little, maybe it's right to risk your neck a little bit. Because honestly, if I had to say something, most creatures are quicker to kill than you'd think, right? They only have so much health and you deal a lot of damage. You just need to commit. That's the only thing you need to do. And that's the only thing that is expected of you in a pack. Let's find a nice open spot to do this because Raptor has a lot of attacks. It's one of the first creatures in the game, and it was one of the only two that was planned to receive ult attacks. So we got the standard bite, 65 damage. The ult attack, little dash forward, dash behind, dash sideways. And here's a little tip when using your ult attack. You run at something, you press W, or no, you stop holding W and press A or D, and then you hit your ult attack. I have mine bound to a mouse button. I think that makes it much more easy, and it helps with things like Stego specifically. But it allows you to get an ult attack in. Now this is helpful against things like Packy, Carno, Cerato. What you can do is, you have to wait for your mobility to stop, so. It's good for those little turns you need to quickly get into. Hammer around. Someone on your back. S. You just need to get good at drifting. So, holding W, S, turn around. W, S, turn around. W, S, turn around. It's as simple as that. Now, Raptor also has two other attacks. It's just a bite, however, it counts as something different because it's different animations. So what we first have is the upward bite. So this is basically useful for hunting Ceratos or Herreras or Pteranodons. It can be useful for things on rocks too. So if there was something on this rock, I can jump and face directly upwards and bite. It does a little snatch. So I'll show you looking directly forward and then so different animation, and it's helpful for reaching straight up. That's kind of all it does. The one that you're going to be using most commonly is the downward kick. So when Omni bites and looks down, you deal a kick. Now you don't even have to jump for this. Let me get up on a rock. You just have to look down and fall. So you can use that as a way to hit somebody who's camping below you as like a quick get off. It's pretty nice. And with reinforced tendons, it allows you to hurdle over creatures and use your claws to hit them as you pass over. And now, for the most popular ability, the Pounce. Raptor's Pounce has an arc to it, and it goes farther depending on how high you look and where you're aiming. So, let's go forward. Keeping it towards the center of your screen using your head to kind of aim it. You can also press V to give yourself a little edge. I like to get my tail kind of eye level with my body, and then there you go. If you aim too low, you go too short, and if you aim too high, you'll also go too short. Running will also increase the distance, but it doesn't have as much of an arc to it. So that is really a tool to get in major damage. That is your primary attack. Well, primary offensive attack. You'll deal lots of bleed damage or bite damage, depending on which one you choose to do. Maia has 3,000 and 3,800 health. And so, we're just going to pounce on and hold left mouse button. But typically you're going to jump off a lot earlier than this, right? But just for demonstrative purposes, we're going to go all the way down. we did a little bit over, or no, a little bit under 28% of his health, right? I'll actually plug that into a calculator. 3,800 times 0.28. 1,640 damage. 1,000. 1,064 damage. All right, so it does a decent chunk of myself. All right, just heal this. 200. Our default bite, around 2%. Right. All bite, flat 2%. So it does. All biting is not, you know, that substantial of a difference. It's going to be a lot more of a difference on larger creatures, like something like Dino. It brings it up 50 damage, right? Headshots are really where you're going to shine. 3%-ish. 3% flat. Tail shots, like I was biting the tip of the tail. Nothing, really. It's more just an incentive to go away, right? Keep damage on. Behind the leg here. Takes a little bit less damage, but you know, it's still a good thing to aim for. You can also do this. So here's a neat little trick. You can hit the head of your enemy and deal, you know, about the same as a bite. So you can come in like this. Get out of there. This. Get out of there. And this is a trick that Nick Boy taught me. You can go like this. Do a little bite. I wouldn't recommend doing it like that, so you can also do it like this. Jump into it. Oh yeah, speaking of this, Maia and most large creatures have 6 slots on them, so Diablo, Stego, and Maia, as of now, have 6 slots on them. So what you do with the pounce slots is you obviously latch on, and you can press A or D to move around on the creature, right? You can go left or right, but so basically what you want to do to be a good pack member is as soon as you get on a creature, go to the front or the back. Because what happens is a lot of the time is trying to get on will inevitably have one of your teammates grab you off. We can also hurdle a Maia. The front slot pounce works a lot better from the sides, I would say. You kind of have to jump to get up there. But it is... This is the same cost as it would be if you just did this. So it really kind of... It's not really worth it. However, on like slopes and stuff, you can obviously get on prey from there. So Cerato has 1,300 health, and you can see how quickly Omni chews through this.
I won't be able to kill him one time, so you can certainly get 2 Omnis on him.
Full damage pounce gets Cerato basically down to 20% HP. That's crazy. And you need to be using that in your attacks, right? Heal them. Just a bite. Showing this. 7% damage, headshot bite, right? And the little base pounce, 5%. 5%. 5%. 5%. So if you can hit those, it's not bad to try and hit them, honestly. You can go for the little montage thing. It's very useful. See how quickly this thing gets shredded? You can go down here and get the rest of the damage pouncing. See, it's very quick to shred something. Dilo's got 700 HP. Right, we'll start off with the base pounce thing. Flat 10% of its health, right? Heal roam. That did 33% of his health in maybe a fraction of a second. And I'll just show how quickly you can get a Dilo down. Omni's Pounce at max is 1,000 damage. So you only need at most 75% of your stamina to kill a Dilo. Fully grown Dilo, that is. I'll hop off so he doesn't die. I need this still. But yeah, hold on. Let me just... So bucking is kind of randomly generated. Honestly, it's not that useful. And honestly, if your prey is bucking, use it to your advantage. So I'll just hold him neutral. So that dropped him pretty decent amount of stamina. It throws me off. He's down 28% stamina. You just neutral pounce, honestly. You can completely drain your prey of stamina. Now he's out of stamina. So then he can be quickly taken over. Let me heal him. Let's go to 50%. See, it is also dependent on the weight of the creature. So smaller omnis get bucked off quicker and take less stamina from the prey. However, it is still usable. Like, you see how the stamina is dropping. So if you are a small omni in a group, do this. You're not going to be much help otherwise. So just keep doing this. Yeah, see, down 25% stamina. Not doing that much in terms of health, but if I can just hang on there, see how much stamina he loses? Yeah, that's insane. %. And that was as a 25% grown omni. Now let's actually get to 50%. Can I please be 50%? Okay, this is as close as 50% we're gonna get. Alright. That's a little weird. That's a great demonstration of how it's all up to chance. So, yeah. If you can just get on and make a creature buck, you're doing your pack a service. So he's nearly out of stamina. Just do the last. Yeah. I was able, in my entire stamina pool, to get him down to 11%. Okay, run. take off base speed. Dilo seems to have a base speed of, you know, a little bit, right? And I'll hop on. 1,320. And we bring it all the way down to around 900-ish. So it dramatically slows how fast Dilo can move. UV Dilo or a young Dilo? Oh, yeah. A little too old for that. Yep. Since he's younger, I'm able to pin him to the ground and deal lots of damage very quickly. See, it only took me maybe 20-ish% of my stamina to get him down to that low.
Slowly, wait for him, guys. Patience. Patience.
I'm gonna hide down here on this little.
He's like midway through now,
Bush cubby.
sprinting. He's gonna be there in like
I'm with you, Toro.
All right.
5-6 seconds.
All right. I see him. See his plates
Wait
coming
for him
up.
to get. Wait for him to get. Well,
He's
without
like
it.
2/3 of the way over the bridge.
Yeah, I see him.
There soon.
See his plates. Yep.
Yep. Ready?
Wait for him to get. You
He's
should be
right
able
there
to
at the
pin him.
end.
Oh yeah, I should be able to pin him. I think.
Go. Yeah.
Popping on the back.
Oh, visionary.
What?
Nice.
There it is. Head.
Oh, we got his face down in the dirt. Hopping off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's go.
That was beautiful.
Some fresh two line. Hey, that was a great ambush.